the Scare Stories section, where nightmares come true. Today's chapter is entitled The Sinister Ouija. Listen if you dare. Years ago, in a quiet town, a group of curious friends decided to explore the world of the occult. After researching online and hearing spine-chilling stories, they decided to try something unusual, a Ouija session. They bought an old Ouija board from an antique store and gathered in an abandoned old house on the outskirts of town. The house itself already had a sinister reputation. It was said to have been the setting for paranormal events for decades. As the friends lit candles and sat around the Ouija board, tension in the room increased. The candles flickered with a dim, flickering light, casting dancing shadows on the peeling walls. At first, the answers were timid and unclear, but soon, the spirit they were communicating with seemed to gather strength. The Ouija board trembled and moved with an eerie energy as the spirit introduced itself as Lydia. It claimed to be a young woman who had died in that very house under mysterious circumstances. Her story began to unfold slowly, and it was more terrifying than the friends could have imagined. Lydia described a life filled with suffering and abuse before her tragic death. She spoke of a dark ritual that had led to her untimely demise, with chilling details that sent shivers down the friends' spines. She told of how she had been subjected to gruesome torture by supernatural forces that had driven her to the brink of madness before her death. As the session continued, the atmosphere became increasingly tense and oppressive, as if the very air was charged with malevolent energy. Communication with Lydia became more intense, and her voice resonated in the friends' heads. The details of her death became more graphic and horrifying, and the friends felt they were being watched by an invisible presence that lurked in the shadows of the room. When they finally decided to end the session, something strange happened. The Ouija board moved violently, scratching the surface of the table as it spelled out incomprehensible words in an unknown alphabet. The candles suddenly went out, and the room was plunged into total darkness. The air filled with an icy chill, and the friends felt as though something was grabbing them and pulling them back, as if invisible forces resisted their departure. Terrified, the friends finally managed to free themselves from the Ouija's influence and fled the abandoned house. As they exited, they heard an unsettling whisper that seemed to follow them. "You haven't gotten rid of me." From that night on, the friends began to experience a series of paranormal phenomena in their lives. Horrifying nightmares, objects moving on their own, and mysterious shadows haunted them. It seemed they had unleashed something dark and terrifying in their attempt to communicate with the beyond, and now the consequences of their curiosity tormented them in every corner of their lives.